Half-a-day Tritons, and welcome to the Triton Athletics and Fieldhouse video podcast. This is episode 16 if you haven't been keeping track. I am Rosanna, the ex-woman Claros, and boy do we have news for you. The fall sports have been over for the rest of the semester, and we just wanted to say thank you to all of our participants in the sports for putting out all of your efforts during practice or games. For the spring semester tryouts, we will be having the men's basketball team on Monday, January 3rd at 7 p.m. at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. The women's basketball team will be having theirs on Tuesday, January 4th, 7 p.m. here at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. The men's soccer team will be having it on Monday, January 17th at 4 p.m. at the UOG soccer field. The women's rugby team will be having it on Tuesday, January 18th at 4 p.m. at the UOG rugby field. And for baseball, it will be on Monday, January 17th, 4 p.m. at the George Washington High School baseball field. The season will begin for the men's basketball team on Monday, January 17. Women's basketball will begin on Tuesday, January 18. Women's rugby, Saturday, February 5th. Men's soccer will be announced by the Guam Football Association, and baseball will also be announced by the Guam Major League. For the recreation news, Triton women's volleyball will be in March. Triton's men's volleyball will be in April. The President's Cup will be announced along with the intramurals. The Triton events and rentals. For the fall commencement, it will be a drive-by in some form, whether it uses the outdoor stage or the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse stage. It will be decided on December 1st or December 10th. And the governor's executive orders with the capacity limits the control for sports and other activities for the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. I will now pass the mic to our athletic director, Doug Palmer, for more information as to what happened last week. Mr. Palmer.
Thank you, Rosanna. Just to let you guys know, there is now another missing episode because of Doug Palmer in this microphone. So we will try not to do that again. But on Saturday, we had the Hall of Fame events here at the UOG women's rugby and soccer field. They went very well. We actually had hoped more people would show up, but we still had very good events, and we would like to kind of go over them a little bit here with you. We're going to have a photo display here in a little bit, but first I would like to say that we had the class of 2020 was the first group to go on. They had a really nice event with 5 of their 7 inductees to make it to the event. We really felt good about that. Dr. Christ was here, and he did the inductions for all the individuals here. Plus, we had a good amount of media here to take the event in, and you can go to any of the papers here on Guam and find news about that. The class of 2021, we only had 2 of 8 folks here for the event itself, but we really enjoyed helping those folks as well to be honored with the induction. And the Terry Stotts event went very well. We had, I think, at least 5 to 7 media folks here taping it for a show on the newscast, podcast, and for going into the newspapers. So the Stotts event really helped us. And you can also watch these events on this YouTube channel. All 3 sessions are here. Hall of Fame room, you'll see a picture shortly of a mural done by Constance Tatar of Terry Stotts. He really liked the mural. He did a couple of interviews, in fact, in front of it. He also really enjoyed was all the other Hall of Famers, the Wall of Fame. We added the 2 classes to the other 3 classes. So now we have a Wall of Fame with 5 Hall of Fame classes and 37 names on those boards. We're actually going to expand it in the next few weeks and add back some of the pictures that we had to take down of the Hall of Famers, but we're going to do that in the near future. Programs, let me show you this one out, throwing it to the floor. Martin Estavillo is our assistant in the athletic program. He did a great job on these. If you want to get a copy of the programs, just please contact us, and we'll either mail them to you or you can come by the office and get you a copy. And then I'd like to thank some folks. So let me get rid of that. Flip this right now, be a little bit better than what I did last time. I want to thank Dr. Thomas W. Christ, president of UOG, who did all the inductions. Dr. Lawrence Camacho, who gave the welcome to the Stotts event. Jonas Macapiniak, who was the MC for the event. Victor Consaga, he took 347 pictures of the event, and they're all on our athletic Facebook page. So if you want to see, we're going to show you about 20 pictures tonight, but we have 347 pictures on our Facebook page. Again, Martin, he did a lot. He gave the tour of the Hall of Fame room and the Wall of Fame. Plus, he did a lot of stuff pre-event. We can't do these type of events without Martin and our event workers, Daryl, Malau, Shante. All right, sorry, Shante. Now we're going to show you some pictures of the event, and I'll go over with it right now. This is the Big G. This is where all the pictures were taken. This is our image of the University of Guam when we do major events for athletics. This is a picture of the class of 2020. These are the individuals who showed up for the event. You see Jonas starting to talk. You see President Christ. You see Dr. Lawrence Camacho in there, and several of the Hall of Famers. This is Dr. Christ inducting. This is actually the nephew of Antonio Yamashita, who was the first president of the University of Guam and who started athletics here. All right, this is Cecile Orlandez, who's actually the UOG women's basketball coach, but she was put in the Hall of Fame. She played for UOG back in her day, plus she's played for several national teams, masters teams, and other teams on the island. She's one of the best women's basketball players on the island. This is Swingley Dismas, who's our recreation supervisor. He is the one, he's been here for 20 years, and he is the one that kept the athletic spirit going during the 15, 16 years that UOG didn't have athletics by running intramurals, the President's Cup, some club sports. So he really deserves to be in the Hall of Fame because he kept the spirit of the Triton going. This is Rick Matapussen. He's a former baseball player here. He played 7 seasons for the UOG Triton baseball team, plus 2 years of football here, and he was an all-star when he was playing for UOG. And this is Robert Martinez, the son of Slam. He is the one who's famous for hitting on the top of the ninth. UOG was down by a run. He hit a grand slam home run to propel UOG to a championship. It was tied up 3-3, so this was the 7th game of the Guam Major League World Series, and he is really famous for that night. It was a standing room only crowd. And this is the class of 2020. 5 of the 7 individuals who we put in the Hall of Fame. This is Robert Borden, son of John Borden and Susie Borden. So there's a lot of good Borden blood in the Hall of Fame. Robert made the Hall of Fame as being a men's volleyball player. He was on scholarship for volleyball that year, one of the only years we've ever had a scholarship volleyball program. But he was also captain of the Guam national team. And if my memory serves me correctly, he went to 9 international competitions with the Guam national team. This is Vic April. He's part of the Palau connection for the UOG baseball program. He was a fast center fielder who stole bases, and he helped win 2 Guam Major League championships for UOG. And then again, this is the Borden family at the Wall of Fame. So we got 2 youngsters there for Robert. So we may have more Borden Hall of Famers down the line sometime. All right, this is Terry Stotts with Dr. Lawrence Camacho. You can see the size difference with a 6'8" basketball coach, but he was very happy to be put in the Hall of Fame, and it was one of the main reasons he came back to Guam after being gone for 38 years. So we're very happy to bring back not quite a native son, but somebody who spent a lot of time on Guam in his youth. This is Terry Stotts with his father, Frank Stotts. Frank Stotts is the picture on the wall, and he's already in the UOG Athletic Hall of Fame for being one of the first basketball coaches for UOG. And this is the mural of Terry Stotts with his UOG uniform on. He played one season for UOG, was MVP of the league, and led UOG to a Guam championship on the island, and his one season to play for UOG. And then for the last picture, this is Terry again at the Wall of Fame, with his name being a little bit taller than him up above him. And you can see the pictures of the two new classes that we were put in the Hall of Fame. So thank you very much. I'm going to turn it back over to Rosanna to finish up.
Alrighty, folks, I hope you enjoyed that nice photo gallery of what you guys had missed or did see last week, Saturday. The final show of the Triton Athletics and Fieldhouse video podcast will be episode 17 next week at 6 p.m. November 18. And we will be reviewing the fall semester of 2022 and the expected events of the spring 2022. Although it is the last episode, we cannot get too sad because we will be returning season 2, episode 1 on January 6, 2022. And just for that, I hope you guys will be able to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this very YouTube channel. And to always end this channel, we always say, be by UOG!
Be by UOG!